Wilms Technology. Wilms Technology, known for delivering enterprises level solution at an affordable price and excellent support 24/7.
Okay, so here you can able to see virtual servers option wherein you can locate number of virtual machine created by you. So it is very easy to create any virtual machine. It can be anything like Windows or Linux. So you can click on create virtual server. So there are 4 steps to create any virtual machines. Okay, so while creating any virtual machine, you can see operating system. You can select any operating system. Okay, you can choose Linux. You can select Windows as well. So here in this scenario, I'm selecting Windows operating system 2016. So the second part for virtual server properties. You can set label for the server. Set time zone. Here you can set your own password or else you can leave it blank. So if you leave it blank, it will generate automatic new password through the system only. So the third part is resources. So okay, so here you can set what specification you want to set for your virtual machine. So in this VPC, we will be assigning you a quota, which you can utilize to create your virtual machines. So also we will be assigning you a range of dedicated IP address, which you can use to assign any virtual machine. Okay, so you can do resource slicing via this option. Okay, 2048, I'm setting up a RAM configuration. You can also set CPU configuration along with the priority and the size of the disk, 100 GB. Okay. So this was about the specification, and below there is an option for network configuration, wherein you can set IP address. Network you have to select, and this is the /24 series IP address. And port speed, you can select specific port speed for this virtual machine, or else you can set unlimited. So you will get more performance in this. Then you can click on next. All right. So this is a summary before provisioning this machine. You will get a summary. Okay, this is the specification of the server, like 2048 GB RAM. Okay, I'm sorry, MB RAM, and the size of this virtual machine is 100 GB. You can click on create virtual server.
Suthi, one question there. You mentioned acceleration allowed, no, in the previous screen. Does that is that something got to do with this thing, graphics acceleration?
Yeah, what option you are referring to?
The option on the previous screen, acceleration enabled.
Let me check from the scratch. Just a moment. I'll go on that option again.
Yeah.
This time also let me not see. Yeah, acceleration, you mean to say acceleration option, correct?
Right, this option here, acceleration allowed.
Okay. So basically, this is our own services because so this is our own panel. Okay, so you won't get that feature while creating any virtual machine. Okay, this is escalation means like you will get more performance in this. Just it is like it will act like a load balancer.
Okay.
Okay,
So these are a single instance, right? Pranab, this side.
single instances. Correct, correct.
Single instances. Why do we
We would prefer this option to go where we have like separate services for to get more performance to balance the load between two virtual machines. Hello.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to understand. Okay, so basically, I can consider it to be for enhanced performance, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So here in this scenario, what option what option you will get? You can create multiple virtual machine. You can manage. You can do resource slicing, and additionally, it has a VPC firewall option, wherein you can do whitelisting and blacklisting of the particular virtual machine to get access. I'll tell you how you can easily configure this thing, whitelisting of the IP address. So it will be accessed through mentioned IP address only. Okay. So usually Windows machine takes 5 to 10 minutes for provisioning. Okay. So as you can see that it is under pending period. Yeah, here in the dashboard, you can able to see activity logs. It is under the process of provisioning. You can see the date along with the timestamp. Okay. So earlier log you can able to see here. So recently, 29th of Jan, I had created one server, then I destroyed virtual server. Okay. So log will be generated by this option. And so as of now, it is under provisioning period. So meanwhile, I'll show you another option. So here in the components, you can see multiple, operating system template, which you can add to create any virtual machine. So there are several operating system like Windows 2012, 2016, CentOS. And if you have any specific operating system, you can let us know. You can share link with us and we can add from the backend, which you can later take it with us.
Like if I can give you an image file that can be loaded as well, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So same here. This was about the template for operating system. Apart from this, there are another option called ISO list. So if you have any customized image along with the multiple application, that can be added from the backend, and this can be used to create any virtual machine.
Okay.
All right. I'll show you this option. Okay. So once you click on this, so while creating virtual machine, I leave it password blank. Okay, so here you can see that password has been generated through the system. This is the IP address. An overview, you can get CPU usage in that. So you can see, you can select if you can apply filter on this, and based on the date and time and working hours, you will get an overview what was the utilization. And also we have our own dedicated 24/7 monitoring team who continuously monitor entire node. So if your utilization is going more than 80% or 90%, so you will get an email from our end. Okay, so your utilization is going high. Accordingly, you can do capacity planning for your virtual machine.
Okay.
And the second option is for networking interface. Here you will get an overview about the bandwidth usage. So here also you can apply filter based on the time, date, and date. And accordingly, you will get an overview about the data sent in Mbps, data received in Mbps. You will get good option in that. Another option is firewall. It's an inbuilt VPC firewall that comes free of cost without any additional charges, wherein you can do whitelist or blacklist. Here, there is an option command. Accept means whitelisting. So if you want to mention any specific IP address to get access for virtual machine, so you can mention the IP address and you will have to add root. Okay. Regarding this, so once you onboarded with us, so we will align one support person for you. We will help you to configure this rule for you. And drop means blacklist.
So, is this rules applied to the entire VPCs or to a specific system?
Specific virtual machine under this VPC.
Okay, so once I open any port or block any port to a specific system, so there VPC, the entire network segments, entire network channel will be open up, or there is something in the top layer or bottom layer that we need to open up.
Not entirely. This will be particular to the virtual machine only, not for the entire virtual machine or VPC.
So now, for example, let's say I just open up a port on port 80 on a specific virtual machine. Now, does it give me an entire clear path for communications, or there is other dependencies where I need to, open port 80?
There won't be any impact on another virtual machine. If you set, you can also set the port configuration can be done via this option. You can mention specific port 80, 8080 via this option.
Okay.
Another option is IP address. For example, if you already created any virtual machine, if you want to change the IP address, so this can be done. Okay. So you will be getting a list of IP range. You can rebuild the network, and you can change the IP address. Okay, you can swap as well if you have created two virtual machines. Only reboot is required if you are changing the IP address. The other option is disk. Here you will get an overview about the IO's utilization. Read and write IOs, you can see via this option. Okay, so backup. So here we are not preferring this option. So we have different services called Acronis Backup, wherein you can take a backup of your entire virtual machine to the different storage. Okay, as of now, you can see that here you can able to locate your virtual machine, the label of this virtual machine, IP address, storage, RAM. You can switch on the power and you can switch on and switch off the power via this option. You can also reboot as
well. Just a quick question here. Now, when we have the options called, what are the options do we have? Reboot and restart.
Correct.
Okay, we have shut down. So once we shut down and then restart it, we do not lose any data, right?
No, you won't get any data.
And when we shut down and probably keep it, let's say every 10-12 hours ideal mode, does it also make any difference in the commercials?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Price will be fixed here in this scenario. So Srini will give you gas bill,
right,
based on your compute. All right. So here also there are multiple options. Here you can also reboot the server, shut down virtual machine. You can reset administrator password via this option. You can change the label and FQDN of this particular server. Okay, here also you will get option to delete to edit firewalls. So here new things you will get. You can resize the virtual machine as well. For example, initially you need virtual machine. Let's consider size for the particular virtual machine is 2 GB of RAM. So after 2 or 3 months, if you want to upgrade the resources, so we will assign a quota, RAM quota to you, and that can be utilized to any virtual machine. And you can upscale or downscale. Here you will get an option. Okay. Earlier it was 2048. Here I'll change. From 2048 to 3000. And same CPU, I'll add more 2 CPU in it. So you can click on continue resizing. So you will have to make sure if you are resizing the virtual machine, you have to make sure no one is accessing that particular virtual machine. So only the downtime is required, and it can be done immediately within a minute. I'll show you how exactly it works. You can click on continue resizing. It is under training period, and also you can see logs here. Resize virtual server along with the reference. So it will take 1 or 2 minutes only, not more than that. See, now it's done. So it is very easy to use any virtual machine. You can delete your existing virtual machine as well. You can then after create new virtual machine from the scratch. Here you can able to log in via this option. CSC. You can see this is the IP address for this virtual machine. Okay, I took RDP session.
So one quick question here. So all the systems which you showcase here, so will have their own public IPs, and then you have to connect to RDP.
Correct. You can get if you want to get root access for this server, you can take via RDP.
So is there is no other connector, or only we're using RDP?
Normally, the people are using this option only RDP to get access of the.
So do we have any other options apart from RDP?
No. So here you will there is an option console, but here in this you will get a resolution issue via this option. So that is the reason you can prefer this option to get access. You can take console access or via this option. Via RDP.
And does it allow us to copy from local directly?
Directly, you can do copy and pasting any file. You can do block as well. You can. It depends how you are configuring this thing server within the server side.
So by default, it allows us to copy, right, from local to.
You can block as well.
Okay. Can you see those security options?
So that can be done during the implementation. This is the feature of Windows Server. Under the server manager, you have to set the policy under which your user won't be able to copy any data from local to cloud and cloud to local side.
So
You have to block.
these controls are there with the administrator.
Correct. This feature belongs to Windows level only, not on the VPC side. You can go to the server manager, you can set the configuration. You have to define the role.
Okay. And now one more scenario. Let's assume that I already have my domain controller sitting within my premises.
Okay.
And all the endpoints are right now connected to the domain controller. Now I migrate my all end user to this system. How
Okay.
do I actually configure my domain, assuming that I cannot alter the domain? And the second question would be about the data migration.
Mhm.
Do we have any inbuilt, rules or options to help the customer for data migration from their existing solution?
Okay, can I know about your like workload, like AD, and what about the application and database side?
Well, see, as I said, there are different roaming users are there. There might be different type of applications. We have SAP applications. There are certain CRMs also there. They have some databases.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
So now looking at the infrastructure side, so it will be very difficult to define it. But what certainly we understand that yes, so there are different applications along with the licenses which may need to move into this infrastructure if you really are looking for.
Okay, so your application is integrated with Active Directory.
Sorry.
The application which you are talking about, CRM, another ERP application,
Yes,
so
few of
they
them. Yeah.
are integrated with your existing system, existing Active Directory.
Yes, few of the application yes connected, and few
How
of
many
them.
virtual machines would be there?
Sorry.
Can I know how many virtual machines are there currently hosted on your premise?
Right now it's all in-house. There is
In
no
our
virtual machines. It's all standalone. There are around
stand.
250s are there, but the primary plan is to migrate only 50.
Okay. And what about AD? So it will be, I think it will be separated, correct?
AD is also in-house. So if we migrate 50, so basically our in-house systems and these virtual systems all has to integrate with the AD.
Mhm. So here in the cloud, you can also create one Active Directory and another, application server.
Where
So the connectivity for Active Directory will be privately. Okay, we can do whitelisting, whitelist the IP address to get access.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So this is what you can do. So the same. So active. Can I know just about your Active Directory? You said it is on. It is already there in the same application server, or it is already bifurcated, like on the different platform, on the different server.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Can you please give me an overview currently? Where is your Active Directory server is hosted?
It's
Is it
uh,
on the same
it's
platform on the application side or what?
it's a physical server
Mm-hmm.
which is located in our office premises itself.
Okay, okay. So all your workloads are on the same one standalone dedicated server,
Yes,
correct?
there are other one or two small server like file servers and all, and there
Okay,
is one VPN servers also there which all are talking to internally.
okay, okay, okay. All right, okay.
So just one more queries, which might be a concern from the customer, which I could see the connectors, right?
Okay.
Right, yeah.
That might because RDP itself has so many inbuilt problem, and
Mhm.
if we are using RDP, it's actually coming to us as a drawback. To be very honest with you, so I'm just like wondering if there is any other options.
Because I mean, most of the machines will be desktop machines, right? It won't be server OSs running. So I mean, RDP would not be actually a viable option to connect.
So another option is so you can also install TS Plus application on the server. It is also RDP compliant. Via web browser, you can get access to virtual machine with the secure connection along with the SSL certificate. It comes with free SSL certificate, which means your connection will be secure if you are accessing via web browser from your, on-premise location to the cloud. You will get HTTPS connection via web browser. This can be done. Okay, you can install on the server. Okay, so via this option, you can take access via web browser or else via RDP.
Basically, I mean, so we'll have to create an image with all these applications already existing and then deploy that image here. Then someone can just open the browser and then connect, right? Initially, when we load the existing images, so I mean, it won't be there by default.
Correct. It won't be that. So once you created any virtual machine, you are not responsible for TS Plus. Okay, so this is what we are suggesting you the other application called TS Plus. Okay.
What is the name? What is the name?
TS Plus.
Can you spell it, please?
TS Plus.
Okay.
So you will also get an admin tool if you are accessing as an administrator, wherein you can create multiple users via admin tools. All right. Apart from this, okay, you can also publish application. You can give application access. Your user can also access via web browser. This kind of feature you will get in TS+. And it is also RDP compliant. You can access with installer on the server. Your user can access via web browser.
Yeah. And one more question I had is the licensing part, because if at all we'll have to give our own image, the client may already have existing licenses, right? So is there like bring your own license option, or how does Windows licensing work?
Can I know about the operating system you are referring to?
It'll be Windows 10.
Yeah, mostly.
Windows 10. Okay. So we would be required. So yes, you can bring your own license and we can add image from backend. So make sure your client have the license, software assurance license.
Okay.
That would be required. So if it is that, so you can, there won't be any issue.
And do you have any existing setup where already TS Plus is implemented?
Just a moment. Let me check. Yeah, we do have. We do have. Check it out. Yes, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we do have demo available for TS Plus.
Right.
Let me share my screen. So this is the web access. Okay, so here you can mention your, administrator detail to get access for virtual machine. Okay, I'm going to log in as administrator. So this is the link. Okay, so we have added a record in this. Okay, so if you have already any domain name, you can create any subdomain name and you can add dedicated IP address. Okay, so the server can also access through a branded URL as well. As you can see, there is a padlock with secure connection. So this is the TS Plus, is a third-party tool. Okay, so we can also give you this solution. We can also train you during the onboarding. Okay. So however, you will have to. So we don't give guarantee because this is a third-party tool. If this solution impact on your application or something, okay. So the support the basic layer support would be there. Okay. So in case of anything happens, so we don't give guarantees. Okay. So for hardware side, we have very strong SLA, which is 99.99% uptime SLA. So in case of any hardware failure happens, you will never know that. Okay, we have a very massive architecture for a VPC. Okay. All right. So here I have access as the administrator. Okay.
You logged into TS Plus, right?
Correct. Yes. So this is like a different virtual machine. Okay, this is not the same virtual machine which I have created. Here, we have pre-configured TS Plus tool in this.
Sorry to interrupt. You can just go back to that last page, web access or TS Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, this is your existing implementation, right?
Correct.
So if you
Yeah.
log in, where do you go?
Sorry.
If you just log in here, what does it take us?
Why does it? I
I
didn't
mean,
get it.
right now we did not log in, right? In the TS Plus.
Yeah, I logged in via TS Plus. So this is the IP address. Behind this URL, there is a dedicated IP address. Okay.
And
So
the
once
IP address is
on
nothing
this,
but one of our server IP address. Okay.
correct. So once you click on this, and after you can get access for virtual machine as an administrator. Okay. So Windows Server 2016, wherein we have already configured TS Plus, and then another application we have already installed. So the same, you can also able to access this via RDP. Okay, so as via RDP, there are chances wherein ransomware attack might come on the server. That is the reason you can get access via this option at TS Plus.
So, I mean, when TS Plus is enabled, I'm sorry, if we're using TS Plus, then RDP port is not going to be open, is it?
No, you can also get access via RDP as well.
Okay.
But,
And this doesn't need RDP port to be open, if I'm not wrong. Or there, I mean, RDP has to be open even to use TS Plus.
okay, so see here, if you are accessing my TS Plus via web browser, the port would be different. You can block the port for RDP.
Okay.
So are they still using the RDP protocol, or just that they're
No, if you are accessing via web browser, the protocol would be different. If you are via HTTPS, as you can see that here there is an option, the port detail 443.
okay?
Okay.
And do they also have options for enabling 2FA or any token-based solutions?
Web is, yeah, you can see what you can do is, so there is an option wherein your user can only able to log in via web browser only. Okay, web credential you can add. So if you are, I'll tell you from the scratch how you can able to do this thing. Okay. So first I'll just brief you this thing. This is the dedicated IP address for this virtual machine. Okay, here application publishing option. Okay, for example, if you want to give application access, first you have to install the server, then you can add application via this option. So I'll remove this. Okay, for example, if you want to give ERP application access, so whatever file you install on the server, that goes to local disk C in program files. See, you will have to add path on that of that particular application directory. You can click on save. Then you have to click on save. And once it is done, you can go to system tools. You will have to click on users and groups. You can create user via this option. New user number 1. Set your own password. User cannot change password. Password never expires. And click on create. Here I have created user. And you can click on application. You can click on users. You can give application access to your user. You can mention user number 1. You can also create users and group. You can also give Tally application only via application panel. So user won't be able to see another application during the sign in. Just a moment, I'll show you how user number one can see their own interface. Here you can see that I have access as user number one, and I have only access for this application only.
Application only. Okay.
Here in this scenario, you can able to see there are two connections. What connection? User number one is already accessing this machine. You can send any message. User immediately get a message from administrator. You can see via this option.
Perfect.
Apart from this, you can log.
One quick question here.
Yes,
How
tell
many
me.
current user can log in to one
It
instance?
depends based on the license you are taking for TS Plus. If you are taking license for 3 users, minimum that license comes for I think 3 users. Right.
You said 3 users. How the okay fine, that licensing part we'll talk a little later.
Mhm.
Fine. Can you just click on that? Can you just show us the session? There is a one options in the. Okay, these are sessions, right? Okay.
Correct. You can also take remote control as well of the user. You can click any users without installing any third-party application like any DAX TeamViewer. You can click on remote control. So user will have to accept a request from administrator. Once they click on yes, then after they can get access. See, the administrator can also assist via taking this option. Okay, they can assist to their users. You can see user number one, session ID, and they can assist. They can also sign out as well. And also task manager option is there, wherein you can see utilization based on the user, the entire server performance.
And can you quickly show us the 2FA? What all the different options do they have in TS Plus?
Correct. The printer option is also there. So yeah, it has universal printer option, which means you can take print out whatever document is hosted in the cloud. You can redirect the IP address to your local system without installing any third-party application within the virtual machine. So you can take printout. Okay, you don't need to install any. You don't need to configure any third-party application. Whatever printer is already installed in the server. I'm sorry. Whatever printer is already configured on your local system, you can take printout via that option only.
Okay.
This is web portal design. For example, as of now, you can see there is an option. Okay, you can see TS Plus. So instead of this option, you can bring your own company's logo. You can change the company logo, and you can add your own wallpaper. You can change the content. Here it is written in logon. You can add your own company name here, so that while logging to this web page, so every user can see your own company's name. So you can design to a web portal via this option. Web access, you can change your company name, for example, ABC via changing. So here it will change this thing via web. Instead of web access, it will change the name. Okay. Yeah, see it. You can see it.
Right. Perfect.
Right. So this is the key option which you will get in the TS Plus. Okay, application portal option. Okay. Auto login, auto logout options are there. an HTTPS. So that comes free SSL certificate. You can so once you configure initially, so as of now we have already configured SSL. So you can bring your own domain name, and also we have our own predefined domain name that is called RapidNS. Okay, this is the default URL. Okay, you can bring your own domain name. So if you want to install SSL certificate on the server. Okay. This is about the port configuration for HTTPS. Okay. So about here you can able to create users and groups, server properties, event viewer, logs will be generated. All right. So these are all some major feature I have covered in the TES Plus. Okay. So this is this solution works to get access for server and your user management, application management.
And one last option, if you can show us from TS Plus, the what are the different 2FA options they give it to us?
Different option.
Yeah, for
Like-
2FA.
What option? What different option?
I mean, how does the, I mean, as we will say, they have a two-factor authentications. Just wanted to check the mood of the authentications. One, I understand the username and password, but
Uh-huh.
apart from that, what is the second factor authentications mechanism they are following?
See, so for two-factor authentication, this can TES Plus has add-on services for two-factor authentication. So that can be integrated via Google Authenticator. So as of now, it is not configured in this setup. Okay, that option is add-on services
Okay.
from TES Plus. So we give mostly two options. Like one is two-factor authentication. Apart from this, we give prefer to access via VPN. So it will also act like a two-factor authentication only, and also it will make your server secure. So user will have to first connect VPN to their system, then only they can able to connect. So every user will have their own VPN users with their own credential. Once it is connected, then after they can get access for the virtual machine. So we can take server behind the firewall for this for VPN. Hello.
That's fine. Okay, so VPN can be integrated.
Yeah.
All right. And applications, we can add applications, right? If we
Then
need.
you have to install on the server like you normally install on your desktop. Same, you will have to install on the server. Once it is done, then after you can publish application. So it is very simple. Whatever application you install on the server, that goes to program files, either x86 or only program files. So you can select any path. You have to add .exe extension.
Okay.
Once you click on this, then after you can able to see application here only. Then you can go to user, you can give application access. Okay, so once you onboarded with us, we will align a dedicated support person to you, wherein we will assist you how you can create user, how you can give application access.
All right.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask us?
No, so when you share us the architecture, so what all the things will be included? Is it only the BPCs, or you are also going to give us the detail with the TS Plus? And I just want to know how you're going to position it.
Correct. See, TS Plus is a different solution. Okay, so basically it's the application. We will be giving you a VPC quota wherein you can create a virtual machine. Okay, so we need. I'll share you one Excel sheet. I want you to get back to us with the confirmation, like in terms of configuration with all the server. So we will analyze this, and accordingly we will give you a proper solution. Okay, and also we will. You want us to migrate the data as well?
That might be one of the options you can keep in mind, but yes, as of now, I don't want to put any commitment. That might be one of the viable options.
Okay, all right, okay. So you will share your requirement exactly over the email. Okay, we will share you a few questionnaire. Okay, accordingly we will propose you the solution. Okay.
Sure, I think then we'll wait for it. So the more you send, the better it is. So once
Correct.
you send this one, and along with if you have certain documentation that really help us to study a little more about the solutions. So I'll just answer those small questions whichever you have in the Excel, and I'll
Correct.
try to feed it to you max by tomorrow first half.
Correct. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay.
Fine, then I think I'm clear from my side. Pramod, any questions?
No, I mean, just one, this thing, one, yeah, I think let's get the questionnaire. So based on that, probably one demo machine we may need.
Okay, makes sense. Kiran, anything from your side? Okay, I think thank you, Sufi. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
We are here. So I'll come back with your answering those questions which you put in your Excel sheet, and then we'll come with further questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Sufi. Yeah, thanks so much.
Bye.